I wanted to take a few moments of personal privilege today to share a few thoughts about one of my staffers who just passed away a couple of days ago. Frank Egeler, that many of you knew, who've been involved with either the House or the Senate in the last 20-some years, knew Frank and knew his passion and fun-loving attitude towards politics, and he would often introduce himself to people, including my parents. He'd come up and say, "Hey, I'm a Republican hack," and that was his introduction. He knew that he was just a cog in the wheel of the machine, but he loved what he did, and he especially loved working Republican politics in the Upper Peninsula in northern Michigan. I had a interesting introduction to Frank. Senator Casperson, who was not senator at that time, asked me to meet with this guy and decide whether I wanted to run. And I thought I was meeting some really important bigwig, and walked into this place to meet him, and here's this guy in a Hawaiian shirt sitting in the back corner with a laptop. And it's even funnier for Tom, because he and his wife moved out of their bedroom when they heard Frank was coming to visit them the first time. They thought he was so important. And after that first visit, now he just slept on the couch. But Frank was a great friend and in a lot of ways a mentor who I don't believe I could have ever attained office without the help and advice and the constant nagging of him. Get out there and knock doors. Get out there and knock doors. Frank was one of those guys, and I'm sure my friends across the aisle too have had these, that love to make other people succeed, and in the end are almost completely unwilling to accept any credit or any praise for what they did. You assume they go home and bask in the glory, but publicly they don't even want you to call them out at your events and have people applaud for them. They want to stay in the background. And Frank truly enjoyed success in so many ways, but didn't want the credit for it oftentimes. He would be out knocking doors with me and suddenly get a call that some other candidate somewhere else was screwing up their race royally, and he had to leave right now and go fix things. And he'd get in the car and drive all night and get down to another area and work on that. The last couple of years now, Frank's been struggling with his health, but I was privileged to have him actually work for me, being my manager in the Upper Peninsula, serving the constituents. He could go all over the place and was a great voice for my office. People liked him, and he got things done. And we're really going to be lost without him. He was a good friend and a great public servant in so many ways, one of the unsung heroes that so many of our offices have. And so I know that many of you are friends, and I hope that you'll take some time to think about those around you who make a difference, and are you going to make sure to let them know how important they are to you before they're suddenly taken. Frank was in his mid-50s and had surgery last week, and we thought he was doing really well for a couple of days, and then suddenly he was gone. And so don't forget about those that you love. Don't forget about how short life is, and make sure you are prepared. So I don't know if asking for a moment of silence would be appropriate, Mr. President, but if it is, I would certainly ask for one.
Thank you, Senator. Will my colleagues in the Senate please join me in a moment of silence in memory of Frank, and please think about somebody that you love and care about too.